Welcome to my kingdom, or welcome back to my kingdom. Thank you for existing. My name is King Zoeplur. I'm a talent promoter, event planner, and artist, and we are back here at the candy corner, which means that I will be teaching y'all something cool about candy today. Today I decided, since it's festival season and anytime I go to a festival, I literally want to give a single or a double or some kind of small piece of candy to every single person I see. I wanted to make it a little bit easier for y'all to be able to spice up your singles and doubles. If you want to learn how to make a double stitch bracelet, you can watch that after this one. Don't worry. There's so many things laying around your house that you might not even know that could be made into a single or a double bracelet. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like if you found this helpful. Let's get into it. One of my favorite things, first and foremost, to make bracelets and other kinds of art out of is bottle caps, or whatever, soda tabs, or beer caps, or whatever you call these things. This is great. I got this one from a bubbly container. Drinks that are just carbonated water, the ones that are bubbly brand, say cute things on the bottom of them. And then all the White Claw ones and Truly ones, I think. Or maybe Truly is black and White Claws are colored. I thought of making, like, what would be really cool is making like a rainbow bracelet with like all the colors that you have, and then all these. And then these bright blue for the Red Bull are really cute. The monster tabs, wait, where's the monster one? I had a monster one, but the monster ones just give scene vibes. You know, whenever you were a kid and like everybody used to collect the monster tabs. It's so crazy how many I've collected just from asking people at raves if I can have theirs. Like, you kind of have to be, you know, one time I tried to ask like a guy if I could literally have this. I just came up to him and was like, can I have this? I think he thought I meant his drink because he was apprehensive about it. So be careful. Make sure people don't think you're trying to steal their drink. It could go south real quick. Another thing I like to use, these are actually connectors from the dollar store, but they look like gears, don't they? Yeah, those are great to put on bracelets. Also from the dollar store. Stuff from the baby section. Like, all of these are from the baby section. I think this is supposed to be a rattle. But yeah, those are great to put on candy. What you might not realize is game pieces from board games are actually awesome to put on candy because they're little plastic things. And I will teach y'all at the end how to make this into a bead. This is actually kind of cool. I like the... These are ornaments from Walmart, I think. This one I think is from the dollar store, and then these ones are from Walmart. They're little balloon animals. I love them. If you go to like the, you know, seasonal section, a lot of these things are seasonal. If you go to the seasonal section, you will find during Christmas a lot of cute ornaments. Just be careful because some of them, like the I have a disco ball hanging back there. I don't know if you can see it, but those are actually made out of glass, and I was like, oh my god, that'd be so cool to put on. But like, disco balls are made out of glass, so use your common sense, you know, feel it out, make sure it's not gonna bust off and break, because some of them aren't meant. Like, this has a really thick, nice latch on it. I know that's gonna stay on a bracelet. So this is thick acrylic, you know? Just make sure the thing you're picking has like an acrylic loop on it, or some kind of like maybe a metal loop that isn't too thin that you think will actually stay. Because you don't want these things flinging off and hitting somebody. Imagine this diamond flinging off and hitting somebody's head. Why am I hitting myself in the head? I don't know. This is almost like upcycling. I think it is upcycling. These came off of like string lights, like holiday lights. This one's from This one's from the dollar store string lights. I use a lot of string lights to light up my vending setup, and these will just pop off, and you can literally just wrap a string around it. Like, you can just, you know, wrap the string around it and make it so that it, whatever angle you want it to, because some people would want it to be on like this way, popping off, you know, you might want it to be dangling like this, but you can turn these easily into charms like that right there just by like doing that. It might look a little jank, like you could use clear string if you want. I just prefer, this is my favorite string. It's from the dollar store. It's fabric coated string. I host candy corners at my event, so I try to get the cheapest string possible so that I can use it for myself and for everybody else, and it doesn't freaking run my wallet super dry. Because I also make money only off of selling art and nudes, so cheap string. But I have so much of this. This stuff is my favorite. I don't really like using the like plastic string. And then this is from Walmart. A set of Halloween lights. They go right through him. You don't even need to make holes in him. Like if you have artsy friends who do resin molds, my friend made me these resin molds that are sloths, and they're really freaking pretty. I think the green is UV reactive. Just ask your friends, maybe like give them a little, you could either trade them or like pay them to make you a bunch of beads or whatever. She wanted some of my bubble wands that I make, so we did like an art trade and she made me a bunch of these. The only thing I have to say, pro tip about these, literally do not skip. Please, please, please. Use sandpaper on these. Make sure you sandpaper these more than you think you need to make sure it's soft as a like it has to be smooth and dull, and because these are like blades. You don't want to be known as that candy kid who's giving out weapons of mass destruction. But no, big deal. You definitely have to get yourself some sandpaper for some of these things, like the resin molds, and there might be some other things like these that aren't really, like they might have sharp edges, so using sandpaper on some like harder plastics might be a thing. I think that might be a good tip for like the beads that have those, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. The beads that have the weird pointy pieces on them, like the mold wasn't made right and you like don't really want to waste the bead because maybe it's a letter you don't really have a lot of, or just try to use some sandpaper on it. You could get a couple different grades of it, like go to Lowe's or something, or like a hardware store near you and get like a pack of multiple different kinds, because you need like different kinds to file it down. These are another seasonal item that you can get from the dollar store. These I got during Halloween, like a little eyeball, a little rat. These are little butterflies. I already poked holes in these. I don't know where I got this. I could have even found this on the ground outside. I usually, like, I will even find stuff on the ground outside and pick it up. Keychains. Keychains are another thing. If you go to a thrift store or an antique shop or like your favorite local whatever place that you can find like old keychains, this is an old keychain that I think, is this a dinosaur? I thought this was a kangaroo for the longest time.
What? Child. Anyway, so
this is not a freaking kangaroo. This is a dinosaur. Oh my god, that's so cool. I'm going to a festival this summer called June Jam, and I'll probably make this into something. But they usually have pretty cool keychains in like vintage stores or like upsale stores. Another thing that kind of would fall under the keychain realm, this came on like a phone case. There was a chain connected to it. You know, whenever you get like a chain sent to you when you get a phone case, it's like a little hand chain or whatever. When those break, you can literally use the beads. Like, I know this is kind of dumb, like why would you include that? Duh, I can use the beads. But you can like save the beads. Save the beads. It's like save the bees, but save the beads. But yeah, anytime something breaks, I literally save the beads. That's how I do everything. It's just upcycling and saving things. I don't really have small enough ones, but when you go to like McDonald's or whatever, just check what the toy is and see if you can get like I'm talking about this like it's serious. It is serious though. Like, I will literally go to McDonald's just for the toy so I can make candy out of it. But I have like a bunch of random stuff that you could even make like necklaces out of these, you know. Stuffed animals are a really nice thing to add to a bracelet or whatever. Here's a cuff that I made. I need to like reinforce it. That's why I haven't worn it or anything in a while. And it's just sitting here. I put this old. I've had this since like I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure my sister had this and she was born in like the 80s. So this has been in my family. This is like a family heirloom at this point, and I put it on because I just thought it looked so cute with this on it. Oh my god. But yeah, stuffed animals are a good thing to add to bracelets and necklaces and all that kind of stuff to really jazz them up. Kind of annoying, but cat toys or dog toys, I guess. I don't really, like, I haven't owned a dog in a really long time, but I know cat toys like this, you can go to the dollar store. I would suggest like not going to like a pet store to get them because they always be taxing on pet stuff. Like, I'm serious. I would go to the dollar store and just get ones that like are bright colored. You could do a little trick where you get a like UV light and you like shine UV lights on things in the store so that you know if it glows or not. This one, the red on it glows, so it's really cool. This is a double bracelet I made with it on there. You can't even probably hear me right now because of the fact that that thing's going off. Here's another McDonald's toy. I know people often say McDonald's toy. It's kind of like a thing that people know. But McDonald's toys, I swear to God, like, I will keep up with it by looking up, like, the schedule for the McDonald's toy just by looking up Happy Meal toys. And then I'll, like, use points on my phone to get free Happy Meals just for the toy. Like, I'll eat the fucking McDonald's. Don't get me wrong. You know I love some McDonald's. If you know, you know. You know I love some McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's toys are really just a key factor to a candy kid. I think that I actually made a Happy Meal cuff. Yes, here's another dollar store toys. They have food. And I made one that said, like, Happy Meal for a candy kid or something. Or maybe I said just Happy Meal on it, and it was like a giant cup that had all these foods on it. Like, I don't know. It had foods that, like, you would see in a Happy Meal. It definitely had fries and this cola on it. Can't remember who I gave it to. If I gave you that Happy Meal cup, let me know, because, yeah, I can't remember who I give any of my stuff to. Made a lot of trades. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. I'm going to show y'all how to make pretty much anything that is plastic or acrylic or into a bead. A bead. You heard it here first, folks. Actually, probably not. This is not an original idea at all. Just so y'all know, like, this is a thing that candy kids have been doing probably since candy kids have existed. For this, you're going to need something to poke a hole in that is heat resistant. I have this, like, official hole poker thing. I don't know if I got this from a craft store, my mom's freaking junk drawer. I don't know where I got this. I think that you can get them from the dollar store, but they kind of suck. I have them. But you could also use a safety pin. I just prefer to use something that's long enough because you're going to be heating it up with a lighter. This is really kind of like, be careful. Be really careful. Be cautious because you're heating this up. And then obviously you're gonna need the little thing that you're poking a hole through. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna heat this up until you think it's hot enough, basically. I don't even know. I was gonna tell you an amount of time that I heat it up for, but I'd be completely lying to you if I told you the amount of time I'd be heating it up for, because I have no idea. I'm probably heating it up too long. Okay. Sorry, I'm nervous because y'all are watching me. And then you just poke it on through. See? Sometimes I do it more than once just to get it, like, you know? And this is another reason why I like to have the long one, because when you put something through it, it's gonna be like, when you put the string through, you have to make sure it's straight across and even. And in order to do that, I think that you have to have something long enough. Ooh, look, ooh, a stripper car. Sorry. I have the brain of a 7-year-old, dude. And then you got your little bead. Usually for stuff like this, it's easier to use like a plastic needle that you get from Joanne's or, you know, a craft store or Michael's, you know, something like that. But if you see, it goes in. And then you have it. Because for some things like this, it already has a hole on one end and you just gotta refasten it. Except for these, I freaking hate them, and I really do think that you need a plastic needle in order to get the string through. Like, you need to thread the needle and put it through, because I have never had success with these, and I have a friend who always makes eyeball necklaces and stuff, and I swear to God, mans must have a needle, or like a sewing needle. They have plastic ones. They have plastic sewing needles. I'm not making this shit up. So that is it for today's video. Do not forget to like this if you thought it was helpful. Comment down below if there's anything you think I forgot. There will definitely be a part 2 of this because there's a lot of things that you can really use for candy. There's a lot of things that are around your house, or just, you know, you can find at raves, take one, leave one boxes at festivals. There's so many little trinkets and gadgets. Since you've stuck around this long and you're still listening, I'll let you in on a little surprise. I am launching these on April 25th, and I have a discount code. If you go to my shop on April 25th, KingsZoeplur.com, and use code Happy B-Day and tell my new website happy birthday, you will receive 15% off on all of the merch on my store. I also have art on there and everything. So, links in the description. Thank you for being in this world, and thank you for trying to make the best of it. I know that you're probably out there trying to make some kind of fun in your life, because life is hard. We didn't choose to be here. But you're here, and you're making what you can of it. You're making candy, you're going to raves, you're having a good time, you're listening to the music that you love, and you're dancing. Something to be proud of. You are something to be proud of. Be proud of yourself and love yourself, express yourself. Just be yourself and love yourself. Thank you for existing. Goodbye. I love you. I did the entire video without turning my ring light on. Oh, I guess it wouldn't have really made a difference. Natural lighting for the win. I'm squinting. I be squinting, bro. I really be squinting. Welcome to my kingdom, or welcome back to my kingdom. My name is It's so freaking bright in here. The sun is right on me. Oh my god. I've seen, and like literally cutting people. Like, I already got enough cuts on my wrist. I don't need my candy to be cutting me up too. I'll decide if I leave that in.